Welcome back to BizBuzz. We're going to talk about a theater news service, something that can link you to theaters not only here on Broadway but throughout the world. And here to talk about it is Andrew McGibbon. He is on my immediate right. He is webmaster with Playbill.com is the name of it. We'll show you that service in a second. Also, Robert Viagas, who is managing editor of Playbill. Welcome to the program.
How are you? Thank you, Beverly.
Now, what is this news service exactly?
What we do is we run almost like a radio station or like AP for theater news. We get theater news from all over the country through our correspondents and our reporters, and we let people know about new shows that are coming up, things that people are working on, what's happening backstage, things like that. As a matter of fact, next week we're going to actually be backstage at the openings of 2 Broadway musicals and posting live throughout the day what's going on, so people can experience that with the original cast.
It's a clever idea. Is there any other website where you can get the compilation of news that your service will give?
Not anywhere close to what we're offering.
And around the world as well?
I would venture to say that we're probably the largest source of theater news anywhere in the world.
And we're adding that. We're adding more correspondents in cities around the world, and we'll be offering it in various languages, too.
Let's take a look at your website now. We have it up on the screen. And just talk about how it's set up here a little bit.
Well, on the front page, we let people know about what is the most important news when a show is opening, when we find out that a new musical is in the works, when we find out about a major playwright who is starting work on something or opening something, and we do interviews with the celebrities,
some of the cast members,
interviews with the cast members, the creators, because we're Playbill. We have the information about all these shows.
Okay, and Andrew, what is it that you're doing in conjunction with this as well?
Well, probably the most important thing that we're doing is uniting what has traditionally been a fractured community. We are helping to pull together globally not only the people who are working in the industry, but the people who are fans of the industry. We are working with producers via the Playbill Online Club to help promote their shows. They give us a discount for our club members. We currently have over 12,000 club members. And
there's a membership fee to be a club member?
There currently is no membership fee.
There is no fee?
Not at the present time.
How are you making money?
Advertising.
Advertising.
We're sponsored by American Express.
Uh-huh.
And not only that, people who live in big cities can get tickets and information about shows. They can get cast albums, they can get posters. But in other places, it's hard to get these things because there are fans in every city, but they're spread out. We're providing one table, like an Algonquin round table, for all theater fans everywhere. They can come together and they can, if they want, they can buy cast albums for new shows or posters, things like that. They can get information about things.
Well, tell me about the discount tickets that you will sell as well. Are you challenging the ticket charge and Telemaster, whatever it is on Broadway?
No, but the one advantage that we have, and this is the great thing about this medium, and this is a tool that the theater community has needed for hundreds of years.
Something cohesive to bring it together.
Exactly. We are able to, if a producer calls me on a Monday morning and says, oh my God, we have 50 extra seats that we would love to get rid of for Wednesday night, I can do an electronic mailing to all 12,000 of our club members and say, hey, we're going to give you a discount, one night only, for this Wednesday night. It's very similar to what American Airlines is doing with their NetSaver program, where once the airplane has left the gate, the seat is gone for good.
Right.
Same with the show.
So we will never see an empty seat in a theater again, perhaps.
Nice.
If we had our way, no.
Okay.
Well, we're using the internet. We've found that theater has finally found the perfect medium for letting people know about things like this, for distributing information and services. One of the problems for a long time has been the cost of tickets.
Yes.
What we do is, essentially, the best way to get discount is go as a group. Well, what does an individual do? Well, through Playbill Online, we kind of create groups. We get group rates for things, and so essentially you can buy a single ticket at a group rate through Playbill Online.
So will they be substantially reduced from the, what is it, $70 a ticket?
Various discounts. We get different ones for different shows.
It depends on the show. We pretty much leave that up to the producers about how deep they want to discount that.
What about the buzz on Broadway now? The Tony Awards are coming up. The ratings traditionally have been lousy, so now this year CBS splitting the show up with PBS. Are you involved in hyping this as well? And
well, there's a lot of excitement this year because there's so much activity going on. For instance, in the next 12 days until the Tony deadline, there's 8 Broadway shows opening, including 4 new musicals. There are revivals and things as well. But this season has been a very hot season. Partly, I think, because of the success of Rent, bringing the noise, bringing the funk, it's become cool. And there's a younger audience coming in with different expectations. People are writing for that. People are directing for that. I think 1996 is going to be seen as a turning point in theater, where a new generation is influencing what's on the stage.
What is this countdown to curtain that you talk about?
Countdown to curtain is our way of bringing people into the experience of an opening night, the excitement of an opening night through the internet. Again, we're trying to use that medium, and it's great. Starting at noon next Wednesday, going through midnight, every hour we'll be posting from Backstage we're going to be doing the opening of Titanic Wednesday, opening of Steel Pier on Thursday. Steel Pier is the new musical by the people who wrote Chicago and Cabaret. Titanic is the new musical by the people who wrote Nine and Grand Hotel. We will be following what happens every hour backstage so that you can experience that with the cast, crew, and creators. They'll be at our elbows as we go through this.
Interesting. So Titanic, unlike the movie now, which we understand is being postponed perhaps until Thanksgiving time now, it almost seems that doing a movie about it or play about this disaster, this famous disaster, is fraught with problems of its own. How is Titanic doing now?
Well, it's interesting because the show has what they call open cold. In other words, it didn't play out of town. It started previews on Broadway, and they've been very open about letting people come to see it during the process as they create the show, as they make cuts and changes and things like that. I was talking to some of the creators, as a matter of fact, earlier today, and they said they think that perhaps because the name is Titanic, and there's so many jokes that you can make around a name like that, that they're attracting more attention than they ordinarily would. In fact, they said the tremendous changes have taken place. People have been following it on our online service. People have been going to the previews and then coming back and reporting. We have one person who saw it 4 times over a series of days and would report on what songs were being cut, how all the technical things were working. That's the thing about live theater. It's actually created in front of the audience. And I think that's another reason why theater is so hot, is becoming more hot.